Hey everybody, Mr. Regan here, and today we're going to be looking at how to complete the force and velocity modeling tool practice that we started. We're going to be looking at some right answers here, and then we're going to be also looking at some variations with how we use our different modeling features to show that cause and effect relationship between force and velocity. So before you guys had to go through the first three different examples on task 9, 10, and 11, where you saw different tools, features, that you were going to add to the different modeling tools to kind of complete this before, during, and after model. So in here, for the very first one, we had the before model setup and the after force setup, but the during force was what we needed to kind of complete. So your job was to add different velocity and force icons in here to make this entire model true. So we have a medium velocity going to the right, and then all of a sudden we have a small velocity going to the right. So in order for a small velocity to come from a medium velocity, a force needs to oppose it in the opposite direction, more specifically a small force. So when a small force encounters a medium velocity in the opposite direction, we get a smaller force, but obviously continuing in the same direction. So notice what goes on here is where I had to kind of make my changes. So now that you kind of see this one in action, if you need to go back and fix the other two, stop the video, go back, tweak them, and then pick up where you left off. Otherwise, let's go ahead and look at the next two. So for task 10, you had the before and during done, but the what goes here after is obviously what changed. So in here we have a before force, okay? And the velocity is a medium velocity going to the left, and then we had a larger force here going to the right. So we have a medium force going left, a large force going to the right. Therefore, we would have a small force, okay? But now, because this force is larger than this velocity, we're going to have a small velocity in the opposite direction. So I would have pulled this guy right here, okay? So this force is larger than the velocity, causing a small velocity in the opposite direction. Notice wherever I see the what goes on here, that's where I'm going to be adding or making changes. Last but not least, we have this one. We have the before force needs velocity added to it. We have a during force, which is a small force going to the left. And the after is actually complete. I know it doesn't look it, but we have an object with no velocity. So that means, obviously, this force caused this object to stop. Therefore, we would need a small velocity going in the opposite direction of the force. So they would cancel each other out, leading to none. So now your job, ladies and gentlemen, is to go back and to kind of review your understanding and identify how'd you do. Okay, did you get them all correct and you feel you understand that relationship between force and velocity? Did you get them correct, but you're not quite sure how they show that velocity? Or did we get them wrong and we're a little confused on that? Either way, go ahead and put your X where you feel you fall in our survey, and then go ahead and get ready to complete one more review activity before meeting with me. If you have questions, reach out. Otherwise, good luck.